Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Crucial Conversations. Doy,
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about today?
So today, the crucial conversation is a little crucial. It's how to give a constructive performance review. So,
Ooh.
I know.
Wait, can reviews be constructive?
They can. They can be constructive.
Or destructive?
They can also be destructive.
Okay, but we're going to focus on constructive.
We're going to focus on
okay.
the positive. And I mean, that was even a crucial conversation for us as a team to have. So, give you a little backstory. Had a great group of interns. Had a couple not so great interns that we had to let go. And it's not even letting go because they're not even employed, but you catch our drift. So, had to let them go. And it was really difficult. But we first as a team had to be like, yo, are they really performing at their best?
Right.
No, they're not. So how do we, first be constructive in giving them feedback, being direct, being clear, being concise as to why we decided not to go with them, and then we just had to pull the plug. We had to pull the plug.
What's the hardest part about giving a constructive?
The hardest part, I believe, was they're young and they're interns. So we really had to figure out a way to formulate the conversation, the crucial conversation, to be very clear, but also very positive, and thanking them for their time because they are.
I think it's hard to, you have to find like that balance of giving them valuable feedback and not crushing them, you know, because you don't know mentally where they are. So I think it's important to, you know, always really get to know your interns. And then that way you're able to, or not even just interns, obviously your staff employees, and then you're able to, you know, give them that tough feedback, but also with a loving, like, see you later.
And also,
but I'm always here.
To know us, we had to like talk about it. That was a conversation we had to have. Like, okay, why is this person not performing? What can we do to make it better? Can we do anything? No, therefore it's unsalvageable. So we had to like. No,
definitely. And that's a good point that you bring up, because when you're giving a constructive review, you first really need to look at yourself as the leader and see like, okay, let me analyze where I may have messed up. And like, even with, you know, having Stacy on and understanding that, like talking to her about, you know, the individual and seeing that, okay, wait, we're all experiencing the same thing. So it's not just me, because for a little bit I was like, oh, maybe it's just me. I honestly have kind of been a little distant and not communicating as much as I should, but, you know, speaking to, you know, all the leaders and realizing like, okay, we need to assess the problem.
Need to assess and solve the problem. And therefore we had that crucial conversation. It wasn't easy, but it's necessary, because at the end of the day, our team is the most important thing to us. And if it's not cohesive as a unit, got to go.
Right.
What did you guys learn as leaders when reviewing yourself before reviewing people that were on your team?
That's a really good question. And I think for me, I was proud of myself to realize like I need to review myself before I review anyone else, because at the end of the day, their work ethic or whatever they produce is a reflection of my leadership skill set. So I'm like, I think I realized that I need to be more present, especially my communication style. Again, like even the interns have told me this, I am a macro manager. I'm like, okay, just get it done, figure it out, but that's also not good because they're also young and it's my company and I need to be, you know, more, I just have to be in the process more until they have a grip on it of what I need them to, you know, what I need them to develop. So I think that's like what I learned.
For me, it was just getting it done. Like, I know personally as like a CEO, you're going to have to fire people and you're going to have to let people go. So for me, I first analyzed, I'm a little more distant from it because I don't work directly with them. But in that sense, it was just like, all right, you're going to have to learn it one day. So great day to learn, you know, your first year in business. So I think that
Jeanine can always do that.
And I don't mind doing it and follow up with an email. That's one thing I learned, because you want to be able to regurgitate what you just said to that person. So maybe if they didn't digest it orally, then they can digest it by reading. And then also you cover your bum, because you're like, all right, bet, this is what we discussed. There's no other he said, she said. It is what it is. So it taught me a lot. Just, all right. It's gonna happen. So,
any last words or advice for those who are trying to figure out how to let people go and really just aren't sure how to do it?
I think for me, I am a very direct communicator. So if you are a direct communicator, make sure that you talk to individuals that are not direct communicators and try to soften the blow. Because for me, if you are a direct communicator, you can't just up and fire someone. You need to understand how to effectively and I guess constructively. Constructively let someone go. Because for me, I would just be like, okay, it's not working. I can't anymore. Like, we're done. I gotta go. Next.
Last words for me, do what's best for your team. Yes, you may hurt one person's feelings. Yes, it may not be an easy process, but at the end of the day, that's one less distraction that we have as a team, and now we're able to move forward. So, with that, we bid you adieu. Bye!